KP's Video News, y'all. It's KP's Video News, y'all.
Yep.
It's KP's Video News, y'all. It's KP's Video News, y'all.
That's right. It's KP's Video News, y'all. Yes, indeed. KP's Video News, man. Trying to get back on my grind. Yep. Trying to get back on my grind. Man. Yesterday I was watching this thing on TV, man. And it was this lady on there. And wow, I didn't even know, man. She had on some big old bell-bottom pants, man. Some big, giant bell-bottom pants. Had some big old bells on the bottom. I'm like, oh, man, they bringing those back? Like, oh, well, if women can bring the bell-bottoms back, I guess I could bring the turtlenecks back. Let me order me a turtleneck from somewhere. All right, folks. Anyway, this is KP's Video News. And I'm going to get started here because this particular story is coming out of Independence, Missouri. And so the attorney said dashboard camera reveals the deadly incompetence of the Independence Police Department officers who fatally shot Tyria M. Pryor inside a wrecked vehicle over a pistol that wasn't there. On March 11th, 2022, Pryor, 39 years old, was driving with two passengers when the vehicle crashed in Jackson County, Missouri. During a police pursuit, and dash camera video released by attorneys for Pryor's family shows IPD officers responding to the scene and surrounding the vehicle. Officers did observe an AR-15 style rifle wedged between the driver's seat and the center console, and one officer attempts to remove it, but is unable to. The front passenger is told to get out of the vehicle and get on the ground. Amid orders to Pryor to stop moving. Now, here we go. You got the front passenger told to get out. Amid orders told Pryor to stop moving. Officer Jamie Welch yells, "Gun," and opens fire along with Officer Hunter Soleil. Officer Alex Steele was in the line of fire and quickly backed away from the vehicle, moving the passenger as well. According to an investigation by the Missouri State Highway Patrol, Welch stated that he clearly saw Pryor holding a pistol in his right hand. And he claims that he remembers seeing it. And he says, so I remember seeing it. It was, let's see, his hand was wrapped around the pistol grip, Welch stated. According to an investigative report from the Missouri State Highway Patrol, what I saw was his hand come back like I could see a trigger, like trigger guard area, then it was coming. It happened so quick that basically I'm seeing a black object pistol grip with the trigger, and it's coming up toward the driver's side window and steering wheel area. In the video, officers search the vehicle after the shooting and don't find the pistol. I don't see a pistol, an officer can be heard saying after pulling the rifle out of the vehicle. I don't see a pistol. Officers drag Pryor out through the front passenger door, leaving him hanging out of the side of the vehicle while his legs are stuck on the driver's side. Emergency medical services arrived and Pryor had passed at the scene. No handgun was recovered at the scene. Pryor's family is being represented by the civil rights attorney Harry Daniels and Armida Dupree. Police were called to a scene with multiple black male suspects, but ending up pursuing a black man driving with two white women. Daniels said, why? Why did they continue to escalate after the pursuit had been called off? Why were they pulling an injured woman from a car with their guns drawn? What was a simple patrol officer armed like a member of SWAT with nearly 80 rounds on his gun belt. Why were they conducting a felony car stop on an accident with injuries? The fact that Welch and Soleil aren't under arrest right now is beyond me, Dupree said. Instead, they're out on the street with guns on their hips, and that's not just a disgrace, it's a deadly combination. Wow. A deadly combination, man. Yep. So, like I said, the call over the radio was said it was a scene. Police were called to a scene with multiple black male suspects, but ending up pursuing a black man driving with two white women. Hmm. Yep. Okay, here we have this complete clown, uh, Kyle Rittenhouse appearance at a seminar on concealed carry at Las Vegas Public Library has been scrapped for now. So, an instructor with Las Vegas CCW said in a statement Monday that he would be postponing Rittenhouse's appearance. He cited an issue with Rittenhouse booking agent exploiting speakers from both sides of the gun control issue as the reason for scrapping the appearance. Says Rittenhouse would not be rebooked unless the agent is fired. Rittenhouse is represented by Premier Speakers Bureau, which handles keynote speaking engagement bookings for so-called celebrities, business leaders, and public figures. The organization represents former Secretary of State Mike Pompeo, CNN anchor Anderson Cooper, former athletes Magic Johnson and Emmitt Smith, college football coach Deion Sanders, and Shark Tank star Daymond John, among others. The event, which was planned for East Las Vegas Library on May 13th, is still going to take place as planned, Kaliki said, and we see the Rittenhouse case from the perspective of CCW instructors striving to better prepare our students for concealed carry permits. He said in a news release, "We are not deaf to the sensitivity surrounding this case, and as such, we cannot continue on this path of understanding so long as greedy businessmen fan the flames of conflict to bolster the value of their clients." Yep. That's crazy. I don't even know why they would even book him in the first place. It makes absolutely positively no sense that you would book Kyle Rittenhouse for anything at all, not even a seminar on dog catchers. Okay, here we go, man. On March 12th, an unarmed man was arrested by customs officials uh, at an airport this is the airport overseas, but after he was caught attempting to smuggle over $100,000 worth of gold hidden in boxed liquor bottles. Wow. Commenting on the arrest, the guy needs a medal for hiding extremely illegal object inside a semi-illegal object. You know, boy had 15.6 let's see 115 no that's 1500 grams of gold. According to the report, the gold was estimated to have a value RS that's which is equivalent to almost $104,000. The gold was found to be in the form of 13 gold biscuits. Yep, 1,500 grams of gold. This guy tried to smuggle it inside some bottles, some gin bottles. Yep. Okay, buddy. Okay, buddy. Yep. Trying to smuggle some gold out of the country. Yep. Didn't work, pal. It did not work. It didn't work. So here we go. We got a shoplifter. And what state was that person in? I'm trying to see. So this is another story coming from overseas. Yep. This person was labeled as highly dishonest. Highly dishonest. You know, you had a person that, they're going through the motions, man. The shoplifter made over $600,000 by scamming 1,000 stores into refunding stolen items. And this is a British woman that made over $600,000 in a nationwide shoplifting scheme by exploiting a loophole in stores' return policies. After she was convicted last week, a judge warned Nadia Carr, 53 years old, that she could expect substantial jail time for what has been described as an industrial scale scam. During Carr's trial, which began last November, prosecutors presented evidence that she tricked more than 1,000 stores into giving her refunds for merchandise she had stolen. She had stolen. Yep. So during her trial, Kaur, also known as Nina Tiara, was an intelligent but highly dishonest and manipulative individual who had deceived retailers, banks, lawyers, and even the courts. She lied to have her bail conditions changed for medical appointments so she could steal again. He said Kaur was convicted this past Friday of 25 charges, including 14 counts of fraud, 2 of money laundering, 4 of possessing the proceeds of a crime, 1 of conspiracy to defraud, and 4 of perverting the course of justice. The 4-month trial was one of the longest conducted at the court. And the court heard that Kaur found a way to get stores to refund the full price of items she had stolen. The defendant discovered that with many larger retailers, if you take an item that they sell into a store, claim you bought it but didn't have the receipt, but say that you just want to exchange it, if you're much more likely to succeed, said the prosecutor. Then at the same time, you're exchanging that item if you buy something of a low value for a few pounds, and then you'll be given a receipt that entitles you to a refund of all the items with that new receipt. Wow. Kaur used this tactic at a popular retail chain such as Boots, Demonhouse, Home Base, John Lewis, House of Fraser, M&S, and TK Maxx. And the prosecutor said she spent $6,000 at several Boots stores but obtained fraudulent refunds of more than $72,000. Man, she was on a roll. She was on a complete roll. The search of her home found bags of cash. Her spree continued for 4 years. It ended when police examined her bank and credit card records and discovered an extraordinary history of refund payments. When the police searched her house, they found 49 shopping bags of merchandise, $2,000 in cash. During the second search, police found $4,800 in cash in the shopping bag. All in all, nearly $46,000 was found at her house. And wow, she undertook the fraud on a long-standing and a wide-ranging manner, and so this year turned this into a very lucrative full-time job, which demonstrably made her over £500,000 over the period of offending. She now rightly faces a significant sentence for her crimes, and the prosecution will look to recoup as many of her ill-gotten gains as the law allows. An old lady, man, old lady in the store, man, just stealing her rump off, stealing, taking stuff back. Oh, I need a refund. I need a refund. Yep. Wow. Slick old buzzard. Yep. She was over there slick. Slick, slick, slick. Here's another story here. Stephon Marbury called Michael Jordan out back in the day for robbing the hood with overpriced Air Jordans. And You know, Marbury eventually launched his own shoe called the Starberry to present an alternative to the expensive basketball shoes endorsed by NBA players. But the former NBA star was always been critical of expensive basketball shoes. But Marbury took his criticism to the next level when he accused Michael Jordan of stealing. You know, so he said he doesn't care. He doesn't care about what he did to any of these kids out here that have been losing their lives over those tennis shoes over the years. And said he just didn't care, you know, and says, but hey, times haven't changed, as Michael Jordan is still robbing the hood with the Jordan brand and releasing the Air Jordan 38 during the fall holiday of 2023 with the retail price of $200 for adults and $140 for grade school size. Wow. You can't blame Marbury, though, for taking aim at the expensive Air Jordan shoes. As a kid, he grew up poor in the housing projects in New York. And Stefan was one of 7 children. And as a kid playing basketball, he wanted a pair of Air Jordans. Of course, his mother said no. Stefan begged and ultimately got his Air Jordan. $200. It was a lot of money. It was a sacrifice, said Mabel Marbury, Stefan's mother. Anybody that would take their money and buy a pair of sneakers and don't have any food in their house is just silly and stupid, Stefan Marbury's mother stated. Marbury eventually launched his own shoe called Starberry to present an alternative to the expensive basketball shoes endorsed by NBA players, marketed by Steve & Barry's, and the shoe debuted at $14.98 and sold well. Yep, sold well. So I never bought any of the Starberries, but I did buy, and I own about maybe 3 or 4 pairs of the Shaquille O'Neal tennis shoes called Shaqs, and I believe they sold for like the same price, about 15 bucks. But they are made at the same factory. They are made at the same factory that the Air Jordans are made at in over in China. Same factory. So it's like, yeah, okay. Hey, if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. That's what you want to do. I said, now that we're talking about shoes, here we got DSW and Pensole partner to open the first black-owned shoe factory in the United States. That's right, folks. So, DSW, parent of Designer Brands Incorporated and Pensole Lewis College of Business and Design, PLC, cut the ribbon on their brand new GEMS, JEMS, by Pensole Factory in Somersworth, New Hampshire. The event marked the opening of the first black-owned footwear factory in the United States. According to Designer Brands, the development and opening of the factory represented a culmination of its $2 million investment into advancing action-oriented diversity, equity, and inclusion through its partnership with Detroit-based PLC, the first and only historically black college and university, HBCU, in Michigan, and the first HBCU with a focus on design. Dr. Dwayne Edwards, legendary footwear designer and president of PLC, would serve as the first designer to create a collection of shoes to be released by the factory, Le Crown Shoes Industry, Ltd., which with decades of footwear development experience and also invested $1 million. Bill Jordan, president of Designer Brands, said in a statement that the factory opening marks a major achievement in improving representation by people of color in the footwear and design industries. So we are just excited to see the initial shoe designs brought to life by PLC graduates in the new factory, with the future products to be sold exclusively at DSW stores. By honoring the legacy of black entrepreneurs, we aim to inspire future designers by providing a powerful path for education, career, and retail success. And when we work to advance diversity in the world of fashion brands, our business succeeds and everybody wins. That's what I was saying the other day, folks. Stop teaching your kids that go to school so you can get a job and work and make somebody else rich. No, go to school, get your education, as much education as you can get. Of course, get a job, work, make as much money as you can make, and take that money, save as much as you can save, and start your own business. Start your own business. That should be the goal. Starting your own business, not be sitting there working for somebody, making somebody else rich, working for them for the rest of your life, making them rich. Okay. All right, here we go with the story here about Ja Morant, and many feared that Ja Morant could end up missing some of the Memphis Grizzlies' most crucial games after the young point guard's involvement in one off-court controversy after another. However, a return for Morant seems to be on the horizon. Now that Morant has served his 8-game suspension in full, he could return to action as soon as Wednesday night when the Grizzlies take on the Houston Rockets at home. He's out tonight, and even though it's an 8-game suspension is over, he's out tonight. He'll miss tonight's game, but they're going to ramp him up, and I'm told he could return to the lineup as soon as Wednesday. And though they're going to ramp him up, so he can be in there, getting back in the game on Wednesday at home, back in Memphis against the Rockets. So the development is nothing but good news for Grizzlies fans, and so Grizzlies fans should be good news for Morant. With Morant still out on Monday, you got to expect Tyus Jones to continue his stellar production over the last 8 games. Tyus Jones has averaged 16 points and 8.5 assists and 49% shooting from the three-point line. So, all right, Memphis Grizzlies, I believe they're in 3rd place in the West right now. They've been kind of flip-flopping back and forth between Sacramento and Memphis, been going back and forth between 2 and 3. So I do believe that they are in 3rd place right now. Don't quote me on that. You have to check the standings for yourself. Anyway, it's KP's Video News, y'all. You know who it is. KP's Video News, y'all. KP's Video. That's right, folks.
KP's Video News,
White bottom, white bottom, white bottom.
News, y'all.
Yep. KP's Video News, y'all.
It's KP's Video News, y'all.
You know who it goes.